Hi, I'm Gary White for Central Kentucky Television. I'm here with Lynn Roby, who is the Executive Director for the Central Kentucky Community Action. And we're going to talk about community action in general, but also about a specific program that just got started in March, which is the Inner City Bus Connection.
Yes.
And that's a pretty exciting program.
It really is.
But before we get talking about that, tell us a little bit, if you will, about Central Kentucky Community Action.
Okay, Central Kentucky Community Action is a private nonprofit organization. It's one of the 26 community action agencies in Kentucky. Now, 90% of the counties in the United States have a community action office. We've been here for 47 years. Our home office is here in Lebanon. We serve 8 counties: Breckenridge, Grayson, Hardin, LaRue, Marion, Meade, Nelson, and Washington.
Oh.
And we provide services to about 9,000 families, about 20,000 people.
Okay, fantastic. So, Central Kentucky Community Action is offering this new program called Inner City Bus Connection, which just got started in March, and it's an opportunity for people to go from Lebanon, Springfield, or Bardstown in our area up to Louisville, correct?
To Louisville or Lexington. Or
okay.
Sonora. This program is funded by the Office of Transportation Delivery, and it is to connect people in rural areas to mass transit. And they say to airport buses and trains. Well, we don't have trains, but we do have airports and we do have Greyhound bus stations. So we run every day to Louisville to the Greyhound station. We would go to Lexington on demand to their bus station, and we go to Sonora. That's the only Greyhound bus stop that we have in our area.
Okay.
But we have on demand also to the airports, Louisville and Lexington.
Okay, fantastic. And it's only $10 per person each way, is that correct?
Yes, that's right. And there's no income guidelines or anything like that. A lot of community action programs do have income guidelines, but this does not. It's $10 each way for adults, $5 for kids. If you have kids that need a car seat, you have to bring those. You call, and I'll give you that number. You call 2 or 3 days in advance to tell us what your schedule is, and we'll work something out with you. We have wheelchair vans for anybody who needs that, also with the lift, and we'll look at that in a little while. It's just a great opportunity. It's really cost effective for factories or for families because you don't have to leave your car parked down there for $10 and $12 a day, whatever that parking is now.
Yeah. And with the price of gas, too, this is really an economic way of transporting back and forth.
Now, the Office of Transportation Delivery is paying us the full cost of that ride. So the cost that they reimburse us will reflect that rise in gasoline.
Right.
Now, we run 42 vehicles every day somewhere with non-emergency medical transportation and with senior transportation. And our gas bill this past month was $30,000. So they help with all those costs.
Wow.
And if we could get this inner city bus going, they'll buy us vans, and we'll even have inner city bus staff.
Okay.
Right now, we're just working with what we have.
Right. Okay. So again, it's the Inner City Bus Connection, and there are regular routes. So on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Out of Lebanon.
Right. And what time is that?
Well, we need to arrive in Louisville by 12:30.
Okay. Because there are different buses that would leave around that part.
Right.
And you actually go to no matter what, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, there will be a bus leaving from Lebanon, going up to Louisville.
Yes.
To be there by 12:30.
Yes.
To go to the bus station, no matter what.
No matter what.
So that's a regular, all the time thing.
It's a set route. Yes.
Now, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it leaves from Bardstown, correct?
Yes. And that's just because we want that extra coverage. And if somebody in Lebanon needed to go on those days, we would shuttle them up from Lebanon to Bardstown. We do coordinated routes, and we'd coordinate all these counties together.
So on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, it leaves from Lebanon, but it does stop in Bardstown.
Yes, it does.
Bardstown has transportation
every day.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, it actually originates in Bardstown. So we originate from the location here when it's in Lebanon. Is that correct?
Yes. Here on 332 Hood Avenue.
332 Hood Avenue. And you do have parking spots available on location here.
Yes.
So you can drive here and leave your car.
Safe parking, yes.
Okay. And they can leave it for as long as they're gone?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Because that will save a lot of money if
would.
you had to put it into a garage up there. Then in Bardstown, where do you leave from?
We're on Plaza Drive. 100 Plaza Drive. And we have our buses parked there all the time. So it's safe parking there too. It's lighted, and the police check it It's right there in town.
And that's the Bardstown Senior Center where it
Yes.
leads from there. So there are regular routes that are going Monday through Friday, correct?
Yes.
Do you have any regular routes on the weekends?
No, we don't
Okay.
have regular for this to the bus station.
Right.
But we would work with anyone who needed to go to airport.
Okay. So it also is on demand. So if you
Yes.
have a scheduled flight at some particular time and you need transportation to either Louisville or Lexington,
Yes.
they just give you a call and arrange that.
And we
it's
try to
still only
work something
$10.
out. Yes, still only $10.
Right.
Now, the one thing about this, you have to originate your trip in our service area, and we have the 6 counties that I mentioned before, but not Hardin or Meade. So you have to start here, and once we take you to the airport, we can always come back and pick you up. But we
Okay.
do not have operating authority in Louisville or Lexington to go get you if you're just flying in for the first time.
Okay, so you can pick them up from the airport if you took them to the
Yes,
airport, but you
yes.
can't, if they drove themselves to the airport or somebody else dropped them off, you can't then
No.
be
no.
transported back. Okay.
They've got to start with us
Have to start and end.
and end with us. Yes.
Right. Okay. Very good. And it's only $10. And you said that you have various vans, so if it's handicapped accessible or something of that nature,
Yes.
you can transport an individual that way as well, right?
Well, as our routes are established, like we're talking Lebanon to Bardstown or through Springfield to Bardstown to Louisville, those vans that run will be handicap accessible because you never know who's going to be there. So it's got to, the ones that we purchased for this program will be handicap accessible. Most of our vans are right now, but if we're going and taking 2 people who don't need handicap accessible, we'd probably take a easier on-gas vehicle.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So right now you are transporting to the airport or the bus terminal.
Yes.
If they have a doctor's appointment or something like that, you can actually take them to those locations at this time. Is that
No,
correct?
not with the inner city, but we do run always to doctor's offices for the non-emergency Medicaid transportation, medical transportation. We do that, and if anybody needed it, it would be a general public that'd call for those rates.
Okay, fantastic. Now, what is the phone number to call if somebody wants to try and schedule something for the intercity bus connection? It's 270-692-2136.
Yes.
Right? 270-692-2136 is the number to call, and you can schedule that. And that's for whether you're coming from Bardstown or from Lebanon or
Yes.
from Springfield, because
Yes.
even though we haven't mentioned a particular pickup spot in Springfield, if you're in Springfield and you need transportation,
Yes.
you still can arrange to
Yes.
do that from there too, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So again, it's for everybody, no matter what. There's no monetary levels that you have to
No,
fall
not at
within. It's 270-692-2136, Intercity Bus Connection. Call and get scheduled if you need transportation to the bus or airport terminals in either Louisville, Lexington, or Sonora. And it's being offered by Central Kentucky Community Action.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. All right, this has been
Call.
Gary White. Yes, give him a call. This has been Gary White with Lynn Roby on Central Kentucky Television.